What's going on, all you beautiful people? It's Tim Shieff. It's been a minute since I got on the camera and talked to you guys. I just thought it's about time. It's December, it's getting cold, seasons are changing, going through a lot of things inside and outside, and I think it's good to share sometimes. And often you guys come up to me and say how me sharing my experiences and my thoughts helps you guys. So I think it's important that once in a while I get on this camera and share this with you guys, and then we can talk in the comments and go through that. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on where I'm at. Obviously, coming from up until about a month ago, we were focused on the raw food fasting that I did in Hawaii, and then adapting to a raw food diet for 4 or 5 months while I was in England. Since then, I have gone back to cook food. A lot of stresses, a lot of pressures with traveling, with families and things like that. And I do firmly believe that when you do try something new, it's all right to go back to the old way, just to reaffirm with yourself why you're doing the new thing, just so you can experience both sides of the coin once again. So lately I've actually been eating, in a way, I call it the slowing diet. The sun's right here. I'll try and sit back. I call it the slowing diet. It's like fasting, but instead of not eating, you eat everything you want, as long as it's vegan, of course, 100% vegan. But the key to the slowing diet is to not feel guilt when you do it. And this is me. I'm somewhat of a experiential scientist. So I'm in the firm belief that my body is the only instrument, and the main instrument, not the only instrument, but the main instrument that you need to traverse this universe with, that you've been given. It's the gift you've got given, the one thing you come into this world with, your body. And so it has the tools within it to tell you the truth about what is going on, about how to live, essentially. When you become sensitive, resensitize yourself, because a lot of things that we grow up around have desensitized us and made us quite numb. And so using it and trying different things and experiencing different things and not taking things too seriously. Of course, I take veganism seriously. Beyond that, I'm not harming another being with... for the most part, consciously with my choices of what I'm eating. It's a vegan diet, but I'm eating whatever I want. So if I'm in London, I want to go cook dailies, I want to go Mushi's or whatever, I want to eat a vegan burger, I'm with Ben, we go to the chippy and get some chips cooked in vegetable oil. I'm doing it, and I'm doing it without guilt. And it's the first time I've tried this in my life. When you get onto the health movement and you start to become aware of healthier eating, first and foremost, I didn't go vegan for health benefits. It was for the animals. Self-love is the thing that comes later on in that chapter of healing. It's like respecting others and not harming others. And then as you get deeper into diet and ways to live, the self-love is a deeper yearning that's within us. That's not, I don't know if you could really teach it, but it's not something that's we're pushed to focus on in school and through schooling and, as I say, things in society. It's not something that we're accustomed to or sensitive to, and so that is something you have to work on for yourself, which is sort of the beauty of it in a way, because it makes you learn and grow as you go. And so eating whatever I want within a vegan diet without guilt has been very interesting in noticing the difference in my body, because in previous times, as I got into health food movement, I would eat bread and gluten and certain food that on a spectrum you've realized these aren't healthy, and you start to label things as not healthy. And so when I would consume them out of desire or convenience or tradition, or people I'm with, and like I say, convenience with that, lack of willpower, in all honesty, when I would consume those things, there would be a guilt within me that why am I consuming it? I know this is not good for me, and yet I'm consuming it. So this is the first time in my life I wanted to try eating in a way and doing it. You know what, Tim? I've been in worse positions with my body before. I've been in before I went vegan, my body was not all the time, but some of the times I wasn't eating that good. I went to America and lived there for 3 months, and I ate a lot of Subway while I was there, and I put on a stone and a half. My body was way worse than it's ever been on a vegan diet at any point. And it's been better, and this summer was probably the peak of which my body's been at some stage, and I still know that I've got far greater peaks to achieve physically with my body. And I'm in the long game. I'm in the, for the Olympics, people train for 4 years. So right now, I'm doing a lot of things to prepare me for 2020. So I'm not in a rush. And when you stop rushing things, you can start to take in and observe a lot more and start to notice things. So this is for me going, you know what, let's try eating a vegan diet, whatever you want, bread, cheeses, fake meats, seitan, all that stuff. But do it without any guilt. Do whatever you want, Tim. It's December, it's winter, hibernation time. If you put on some fat, you put on some fat. If you feel bad, you feel bad. You got to deal with it. You've been this way before. You can get through it. So that was an experiment for me, and I'm still within that. It's sort of mid-December. I'm gonna continue to do this until around Christmas time. Although there have been times when I've felt it's a multi-layered thing. So what I've noticed is I haven't gained weight the same way as if I would to eat the same foods with guilt. I probably haven't eaten as much as when I would eat with guilt. There's something in that actions through guilt. Your intentions are in it, that either it impacts the cells within your body, having that frequency tuned in your body at the time when you're eating. When you have people that can smoke cigarettes and live past 100 and never come close to lung cancer or having any problems because they do it with 100% zero guilt. And there are people that and this is part of the problem with the way cigarettes are promoted these days, is they put guilt on the packet. So when people smoke, they feel a guilt, like I shouldn't be doing this. I know this is bad for me. And then in my belief and from what I'm experiencing with this and what I've observed and noticed through life, is that makes that action react worse with your body. And so this has just been an experiment for me to practice what I've been observing and what I believe, and just to see what the outcome is. And certainly I have felt less energy. Certainly I have felt my moods not as peaked as when I was on the raw food. Verbal fluency, put an in that. Verbal fluency. When I was on raw food, man, the way I could speak, I felt like I was channeling. When someone would ask me a question, an answer would stream out. If I was talking to camera, I felt a lot more fluent when I was talking. And eating this way, I feel definitely numbed down in that part. But it is a multi-layered, it's a multiverse that we live in, so it's multi-layered. So the food will have a factor, and yes, you can eat badly. You can't just eat badly and expect to be fine because you do it without guilt, because of course there's ignorance can play into it, and there's loads of different nuances within that. But it's just been interesting to observe that I know I would be feeling a lot worse right now considering the food I've eaten if I was to eat this last year or in the springtime when I was heading towards my plans to go into raw foodism and fruitarianism. I would have felt a lot worse in my body and less active. Though I've mostly my training lately, I've not done any chin-ups in probably a month. It's really an experiment just to see, like, I've been focused on ethics. I think the potential with that, well, I know where that's going to go. I know what that's building towards. So I don't mind at the moment to, I do always say focus on self. And that is the number one rule. So I'm implementing a bit of that, but at the same time focusing on the company, which is an egregor of myself and the people I'm around. And so I'm focused on that because in the long run, I do want to make money, good money, and I know the potential's there, of course, in an ethical way. And I do not fear that. I do not fear money. I think a lot of the problem in spirituality is there can be this contrast with making money. And bad people breathe, it doesn't make oxygen bad. So bad people have money and they use money in bad ways, doesn't make money bad. So with that money, and up until now, I've started to notice myself do it anyway. In the last year, I went to Hawaii to do a retreat. I want to spend it all on healing, on experiencing the different healing methods, on I want to do like 3-4 week fasting, different plant medicines and things like that. I'm not in a rush to do them all, but that is what I want to spend my money on healing, because I know that I've got healing to do, and the people around me, my friends, have got healing to do. And from what I observe, we are some of the most balanced individuals on this planet. Not in an arrogant way, but we're observant and ethic. We have morals and we live a certain way. Not perfect. Not saying we're in any way perfect, or we're at the end goal. But when we walk around, we meet, observe the news and TV and YouTubers and Twitter and Instagrams and stuff. We feel like we're some of the most balanced people, and yet we still have healing to do. And so I think it's a real step to admit that and to acknowledge that within yourself, that when I notice myself getting angry or defensive or or reactive. That's coming from a deeper place within me, and that I have got healing to do. And to acknowledge that, I think is the start of to work on that, and to not feel like it needs to rush it and overnight. I know because of the internet and social media, we can get in a rush. Once you know knowledge and new information, you can get new information like that and it can make sense to you straight away. And then the next day you can get some new information that can make sense to you straight away. And yet wisdom is the application of knowledge, and that can take a long time to start to apply that. So this is me not being in a rush, but knowing what I know, knowing where I want to go, and knowing how I could feel. And I think I'll talk about this more in another video, but that every adult's goal somewhat is to, and I mentioned it in another one, is to feel about the world the way they were when a child. And I think there's a lot of undoing. It's not the doing that we need to, it's the undoing. And the undoing is things like fasting, where you are doing less, where you're stopping and doing all these things that you're doing, all these habits, in order to reassess. And essentially that's it. That's where I'm at. I'm on this diet. I jokingly call it the slowing diet, like I say, the opposite of fasting. But just to experience it for myself, I'm trying not to take life too seriously, and my own life too seriously anyway, and just to experience it and see how I feel. And if you can take anything from that, then that's cool. Yeah. So that's it from me. That's the main message I just wanted to share with you, where I'm at, an update of what I'm up to. I thank you guys for following me on this journey. I really do appreciate it. Honestly, it's so humbling when I go to these festivals, and I was just at one of the weekend, and I meet you guys, and you don't realize how genuine people are. You can't ever sum it up in a YouTube comment or a YouTube channel and understand someone. But when I meet you guys in person and I feel the connection and the understanding that we both share, you are the most genuine people, and it really inspires me to go forward. And 2018 is going to be amazing for us all. I'm sure, I know this, and I look forward to meeting more of you. It's not about numbers and thousands and millions of views. It's about us, and it's about us understanding what is going on and being observant in life, and understanding what's actually going on in this world, and wanting to change ourselves rather than change everything around us, working on ourselves and trusting that the rest will follow, and being patient about that. It's tough, I know, but we will get there. We will get there. Meeting you and like I say, feeling the connection and how genuine you guys are is so warming to me, and it's so beautiful. I really love you all. I really mean that. Just a couple of other things, as I get a lot of questions, so I'll just throw them out there. Mindful Warrior, it should be out January the 1st. I'll probably put up some posts before it, but January 1st, it's like a 6-class course, a bar workout with no chin-ups, stair workout, a couple of stair workouts, floor workout, and a bench workout. Things you can do anywhere, anyone can access. Really, I'm really pleased with this, and it's coming along really nicely. You'll be able to, you pay for the course, and you download it on a platform and use it and take ideas from it and use it as you want. So that's January 1st, looking like the launch date for that. Ninja Warrior comes out in April. I filmed that last August when I was Raw, and that comes out in April. So they just re-released the old season, but the new one should be out. So look out for that in April. Ethics, we've got an affiliate program. Anyone can sign up to the affiliate program. I'll put a link down below. It's super easy to sign up. Send your friends to buy ethical clothing, and you will you can get commission on that for helping with that. We've got kids. We've got vegan kids clothing out now. A lot of people ask me for kids stuff, so that's out there. Vegan Nights, December 21st. We're coming, we're bringing the vibe. Ethics brings the vibe. Me and Benj going to come shut it down. Christmas party, Ethics Christmas party / vegan night / cook daily. East London, if you can get down to London for that, it's a Thursday night. It's going to be amazing. And we'll be keeping the vibe in the main room and then move into the club room for the last hour and a half and shutting that down. So if you like the mixes that we put out, I'll leave a link to the mix below. Check them out. And if you like that music, that is what we will be shutting it down with. I think that's it for now. Thank you for being patient with me. I've not been uploading loads lately, but I've been focused on other stuff. 2018 is going to be cool. I'll probably speak to you all before then, but if not, man, it's love, baby. Peace out.